Alright, this is a little instructional video on the 12 bar blues in E. Okay, so any 12 bar blues formula is the same. 4 measures of the 1 chord, in this case E. 2 measures of the 4 chord, in this case A or A7. Then 2 measures of the 1 chord again, and then the 5 chord, which would be a B, B7, the A chord, and then either 2 of the 1 chord or the 1 chord mixed in with the 5 chord at the end to get us all around back to the beginning. So if you add up all that, it adds up to 12. So we're making the E chord, and we'll put our little finger down here on 3rd fret, 2nd string to get the 7th. We just put that down when we need it. We don't have to keep it down all the time. You just put it down when you want to play that note. So we'll start right here. Now, for this, ideally, you'd love to be able to play the long A, which is barring off 2nd fret, top 4 strings. Get your little finger up here to the 5th fret, and then you come back to the 3rd fret to make the 7th chord. Now what you can do is, once you get this a little bit memorized, is just capo up a couple of frets, and it's going to be a lot easier to play this long A. Okay, and then you have your B7 chord, and B7th, you can move this finger from the B on the 5th string to that F sharp, however you want to do it. You just want to get this down so you're not thinking, and you're just going to start to improvise. So right hand, very simple. Bottom 3 strings, or with your thumb. Anything on the top 3 strings is with your index finger, or if you want to use your middle and index, that's fine. So in this video, you're just going to pretty much see this hand. So right here, I'm just playing the 6th string. And you can tune to this E. Now, your goal here is to count. And I'm going to shoot another video with just a simple bass line to practice counting, because that's something that's going to help you become a better musician. So right here, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. We're counting to 4, whether we were in straight time or in 12/8. Right here, we're in 12/8. So that means the rhythm is really going to be like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can practice just doing that before you start, just to get that rhythm inside you. 1, 2, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long. So back to this right here, short, long, short, 3, 4. Now we want to do a hammer on from the open 3rd string down to the 1st fret, and it's going to be on the and of 4. So if we're counting 3, 4, and 1, it comes down on the downbeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. You want to just get that comfortable, because you're going to build off of that. Just like that. And then we'll start adding melody notes. So it's going to be playing the 1st string open, and then little finger 3rd fret and 2nd string to make this 7th. And all those melody notes, everything with your index finger, are off the beat. Stumbled right there, but if that happens, just keep going. Then you can start to build variations off this, which we'll get into another time. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so once you got that down, that's your E chord. So wherever there's an E chord in the 12-bar village, you could pretty much slip that in. Now, as I mentioned, we'd love to have this long A, because when we were doing the E, we were going from the first string, which is the E note, to the 7th of the chord, the D, root to the 7th. And if you could do the long A, you're doing the exact same thing. You're mimicking it. That's an A to the G. It's kind of like a call and response thing. And to get into this, you want to slide from the first fret to the second fret. Just like we did the hammer on the end of 4, this is on the end of 4. 2, 3, 4, and 1. So it's a timed slide. It comes to the second fret on the down beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and ideally exact same rhythm. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 2, and 3. Okay, so you do that for 2 measures. Now, if you can't do that, that's not the end of the world. We'll do the triangle A. We'll still do the timed slide from the first fret to the second fret, and we'll play first string open as our first note. Sorry. We'll go from the first string open to the 3rd fret of the first string, which is the 7th. 1, 2, 3, 4. String open, and then the 3rd fret of the first string. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Now what makes this a little tricky, because I never really did this much before, is not interfering with the open first string when you slide. You want to definitely keep your wrist turned down a little bit so you're coming more perpendicular to the fretboard. That way you're going to not muff that first string. Remember, if something isn't playing right, then you got to figure out what it is. How do you move your fingers, or is it your wrist? Whatever it is, to get it so that you're fretting cleanly. So I'm going to string those together right there, hopefully. 2, 3, so I'm counting the measures. 3, 4, 1. Now I'm going to go back to the E for 2. 1. Now here's the B chord. So right there's 2nd fret, 5th string of the B7. That is the B. You can just walk it down. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the 1st fret, and then you're to the A chord for your measure, and then back to the E for 2. So the majority of the time you're playing this E, so you want to get that down, right? That's 6 to 8 of the measures. The A, you can, whatever you can do more easily, okay? But it's all about the timed slide. What you're learning here is like timed hammer on, meaning you hammer down with another pitch. It's not just willy-nilly. Same with the slide. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, The walk down, the B part, that shouldn't be a problem. 1, 2, and you can do a little upstroke. 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 1. Just to the straight A, 7th. Notes between open first, 3rd fret first, open second, 3rd fret second. Any of those pitches will work in this 12-bar thing. And I'll show you more stuff later in another video. So this will give you enough to practice right here. So I'll play through the whole thing just once.